Hello, Maria. How are you?
Doing very good, thank you. How are you?
I'm good. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for joining us and moving beyond the Corona crisis. Would you please introduce yourself to everyone?
So my name is Maria. I'm 28, living in Montreal since 2015.
Okay.
Yes, and this situation has been unexpected for all of us, and I'm excited to talk about how it's affected me, and to hear also about to know how it affects other people also.
I'm really excited that you are excited also.
Yeah.
So, in terms of your work, you came here to Montreal to work or to study, or what have you been doing since 2015, if I may ask?
Yeah, no worries. I came as a visitor at first
Mm-hmm.
and then decided to do 1 year of studies. I studied event planning for 1 year.
Mm-hmm.
Then I decided to get a work permit and work. So I had many different types of jobs. I haven't yet found the job. I think
Okay.
that's my biggest concern
Okay.
for some time now, is that I cannot find what I am meant to do, what I want to do.
Okay. Okay.
So that's why I was in Kat's career
Yes.
orientation, the course there. Um, it was different for me because everybody knew what they wanted, but they didn't know how to get there. But I just didn't know where I wanted to go, which is very strange. So I'm still in like searching what I want to do, because I can imagine myself doing anything. Like
Yes.
I have like 50 interests that I
Yes.
have,
Yes. Yes. Yes.
and that's the biggest struggle. But I love that in Montreal, like North America has, they're very open to switching careers, and uh, it's not that surprising that people change paths during their life, even when they're not a child anymore.
Oh, absolutely. I personally have changed my path, and I would love maybe eventually in the future to talk to you about what you want to do, and then
Yeah,
work on it. If I can help you, that will be, my pleasure.
thank you so
But
much.
you came from where originally, if that's
Yeah,
okay?
yeah. So I am I'm Irish Moroccan. My dad's
Okay.
Moroccan. My mom's
Okay.
Irish. I was born in London, England, and lived in Morocco. Then I studied in France, and then came here.
Okay, okay. Wow,
Yeah,
that's amazing. So you were like really almost around the
yeah,
world, right?
yeah. So I love Montreal because it has that multicultural aspect, and
Uh-huh.
I really fit in because there's different communities that you can join, and
Exactly.
and it's very eclectic, and I love that. I like variety in my life. I don't like when it's the same people, the same, I like the
Yes,
mixed pot.
yes.
Yeah,
And you have the Irish background, so you can mix with the
yeah.
Irish people, with the Moroccan people, and the
Anybody,
French
everybody.
people, and
Yeah,
anybody
anybody.
really. And that's really
Yeah,
amazing. So you
yeah.
are living alone or with someone
I
at the moment?
I live. I have two roommates,
Okay.
and
And
honestly,
your family? Okay. Sorry.
my family, some are in Ireland, some in Morocco.
Okay.
They're doing very good. My family in Morocco are isolated. They live in a farm in the middle of nowhere.
Okay.
So they have no contact to anybody. They have space. They have a garden. They have, some vegetables grow at home.
Amazing.
Yeah, like I was very happy, and I always thought that, like, if there was a world crisis or a war, God forbid, I'm happy that they are far from everything, and that
Yes.
they're not 100% self-sustainable, but they're really, like, if they do groceries once 6 months, they could just fill in like the cupboards, and they'll be fine, like everything's
Okay.
equipped. Yeah, I'm very
Okay.
happy about that. It feels good to know that your family is safe when they're
True.
far.
Very true. Very true. So
Yeah.
how was it your life affected and you're far away from your family, you're here with roommates. How was your life affected by the quarantine and the corona hype?
So At first, because I just got into a new job, which had nothing to do with what I wanted to do.
Okay.
And to be honest, it wasn't me at all.
Uh-huh.
It was me stepping into a very uncomfortable zone, and I went for it, especially for financial stability.
Yes.
But a big part of me didn't want that job, so
Okay.
I started it a couple weeks before the pandemic started, and I was let go first week of confinement.
Okay. Okay.
So it was a big shock. So
Uh-huh.
the moment that I was let go or
Of
fired,
course.
I felt that, oh my God, I'm doomed. What am I going to do with my life right now? But I panicked for maybe a few hours,
Uh-huh.
and then everything was really good. I started to get along with my roommates because we didn't have time to get to
Okay.
like talk. And yes, I have two roommates, and it feels really, really good for me personally. I mean, it's very scary and sad, the situation, but for me personally, it's brought a lot of growth and introspection. Yeah,
And that's amazing. It feels like when you're talking about it as if the universe is telling you, Maria, this is not the job you want and you know it. So here, get over it. And it's like, as they say, a blessing in disguise, right?
yes,
Although
yes,
it's scary, I'm sure, because what do I do, as you said? How do I get the money? How can I have the stability? I have no idea what to do even, and I'm finally getting a job even though I don't like it, but at least I can do something, right? To go somewhere. But
yes,
at the same time, you've seen the positive thing from this, almost, even though you're
definitely,
that you moved on and felt much better and connected with your roommates in a better way. So
definitely.
that's really great. And what are the retrospectives you were thinking about, or the things that you've thought about during this time that you had?
Well, for the past year or two, I've been really focused on going inwards. So
Mm-hmm.
instead of chasing career goals and
Yes.
chasing materialistic things, and
Mm-hmm.
I decided to go inward and
Okay.
to really ach- aim for the best state that I can be in. So no
Mm-hmm.
matter what situation, that I can really feel good. And so I'm working on like balancing my emotional state, and not letting like my emotions dictate my behavior. And so I got really interested in personal growth and mental health, and
Mm-hmm.
just for me personally. So lately, I mean, for the past year or two, I've been journaling. And so for me right now, or for this past month, I wasn't really scared of not being productive enough. I mean, there's always that fear. Even if everybody is at a stop, I still
Yes.
compare myself to others, because I am still on social media, and I compare myself to others who are
Mm-hmm.
really active and productive. But most of the time, I try and focus on what I need, and
Mm-hmm.
not be competitive with others around me. So
Mm-hmm.
I'm really trying to uh, be okay with just working on myself, instead of like working on a project or working on
Mm-hmm.
a.
Mm-hmm.
So it's been a bit of a struggle, but mostly aiming like inner peace is really good. Feels
That's
good.
good
Yeah.
to hear.
Yeah.
That's good to hear. So, I mean, apparently you have been working a lot on yourself, and I can see it from your energy, your peacefulness. And I
Mhm.
know it's hard, especially
Yeah.
when you work retrospectively on yourself, right? You are usually inside the, how to say, inside of it all, the issues. So it gets harder to put yourself outside to look at it. But if you
Yeah.
do it, then you feel, of course, better and proud about what you've been doing.
Yes.
So we have been hearing a lot going on in the news,
Mm-hmm.
and one of the things that I'm reading, for example, are countries, some of them they did not lock down or do the quarantine period, like I think Taiwan and probably Sweden, if I'm not
Mm.
wrong. And some they did some lockdown, but they are opening now. For example, the United States and in Canada even. I read Saskatchewan and probably other provinces are opening, let's say maybe next week. How do you feel about, you know, going out to the world at this time when apparently there are things in the news about the health and risks and immunity and stuff like that? How does it feel to you? What do you prefer? Would you want to go out, or would you want to stay a little bit longer locked down?
First of all, I wasn't aware of these situations. I really
Okay.
don't watch the news at all.
Good for you.
I have no idea what's going on. The only news I have is outside my window, what I see here. Sometimes,
Okay.
like, yeah. Um, Personally, I'm not ready yet.
Okay.
I'm in a really good rhythm of,
Okay.
but I feel like it's time to start preparing myself to get back into the real world.
Okay.
Um, but I think I am worried that it's not safe yet
Mm-hmm.
for everybody,
Mm-hmm.
because I don't know if I'm susceptible to having symptoms. I don't know if my close ones
Yeah.
are,
Mm-hmm.
and
Mm-hmm.
um, I'm worried without being in a panic mode. I'm not in a panic
Okay.
mode at all, but I am worried about this getting worse. I'm optimistic though. I think it's not gonna get worse. I think it's achieved the peak, and I think I hope it's going to um, go away, and that there will be less cases of illness. But yeah, I mean, if it's in the next week, I'm not ready. If it's in the next few weeks, maybe. Yeah.
So when you are saying you feel you are in a good rhythm now, and you're not ready, what makes you feel that? What is the good rhythm you feel right now, and what is it that you are not ready to go out and face, for example, if you are comfortable talking about that?
Yeah, I mean, it's mostly because I do want to focus on
Mm-hmm.
my career, because I do want to reach stability. I mean, even though I I fantasize about being like a hippie and just being in like a cabin in the woods, I have to like find a steady job and save
Uh-huh.
money, and then be an adult.
Yeah.
It's not always easy. I just want to play around and just uh, meditate and
Mm-hmm.
cook and just simple things. So the rhythm that I have is very very laid back, very, like I said,
Okay.
introspecting,
Mm-hmm.
working on myself, working on mindfulness, on anything that I can to really feel good inside.
Mm-hmm.
Because I noticed that before, when I didn't work on those things, I would be easily affected by people's behavior, by
Mm-hmm.
situations, having anxiety, stress. So right now, when everything is just very calm, I really have the space to listen and to notice, and working on my awareness
Mm-hmm.
when there's not a
Mm-hmm.
lot of action.
Mm-hmm.
I'm very very, there's not much going on, so I really have the time and space to work on that. Sometimes it feels like it's not very concrete because it's very abstract, so I feel like I'm not getting anything done.
Yes,
But
I understand. Yeah.
but
Yes.
yeah, that's been my focus like these past weeks, like really focusing on that and my health, like yoga, working out, eating healthy. um so that's the rhythm I'm in now, like really healthy and positive. And I think even if I get a steady job, I just want to get something that is in tune with my values and not go against that like I did in the
Mm-hmm.
past. I
Mm-hmm.
think I have to stay true to myself
Mm-hmm.
and set my priorities. Maybe my priority is not to get the most paid job.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I hope my future recruiters won't hear this interview so they don't give me the lower end of the salary. No, I want money. I want money. I need money. But yeah,
Well,
I never was, yeah.
go ahead, continue.
I
Sorry.
never was someone to like run after money,
Mm-hmm.
but I wouldn't mind a ton of money and a big salary, a big paycheck every month.
So
Yeah.
as you retrospect, as you love what you're doing, as you find what you love you're doing, as you work on yourself, it's gonna come to you eventually.
Yes,
Oh,
definitely.
yeah, yeah. So from here, let's say if in a few weeks, whether it's next week or in a few weeks, they open up the society. What are the things you, like you said, you want to look for something that is related to your value in the job market, of course. But then, what are the things that you would like to continue? What are the things you've learned from this? And I can see from what you said is that it has been sort of a positive experience for you rather than
Yeah,
negative and panicky, right?
yeah,
So,
yeah.
and that's an amazing view to hear about. So, what are the things that you want to continue having in your life eventually, um, and build on, not rather than leave them behind just because now you're out and you have to get busy?
That's an interesting question. Honestly, there's also some people in my life that
Mm-hmm.
I felt closer to. The relationships evolved,
Mm-hmm.
or and that's so interesting to see how I don't know if it's just me, but I feel like some relationships came to light. Like either
Mm-hmm.
you saw the true colors of them or you were
Yes.
surprised. So for me, it's always been important for me that even I feel like in this world, I I feel very strongly about my connection with people. I don't know if it's just me or it's the whole world, but I never live just to live by myself and
Yeah.
run after what I want. It's always in relation to other people, you know, family,
Uh-huh.
friends, or intimate relationships. So that's always been important to me. So I definitely want to keep working on like some relationships that meant a lot to me in this period of time,
Mm-hmm.
you know. So that's something I want to work on. Definitely continue on the health path, like
Mm-hmm.
mental health, but also physical and spiritual. So physical means like getting enough sleep, making my own like food. I mean, I'm vegan.
Okay.
I've been vegetarian and then completely vegan for a few months, and vegan plus cooking home is a really good combination because you like limit the salt, the oil,
Yes.
and I can feel the quality of my energy change. Even though I'm not as active as I would like to be, there's no
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
running up and down the metro and run. but
Yes.
but that's also like an aspect I want to keep up. So my relationship with people and yeah, definitely staying true to my values is important to me. I don't want to get caught up in situations or like, because outside in the world outside we really get tempted, we get
Mm-hmm.
drawn into things that are not really necessary just because they look good or they're impressive, or it could be
Mm-hmm.
people or situations or career paths, you know. So yeah, that's a good question. I hope I answered it.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it is for you as much as for me and for everyone who would hear the interview, right? Is and to put it down to few things is really it's the relationship with yourself and the relationship with the people that you care about. And also to be true that if a relationship with someone else is not really helpful, then it may not really need to be continued in your life, right? As long
Yeah,
as your relationship with yourself is true, in terms of health, spirituality, taking care of yourself, and being, true to your values,
Yes.
and cherishing and growing the relationships that makes you even better,
Yes.
and more open and supported, right? So that's an amazing thing.
Definitely. And also, I don't know if I told you before, but I'm also like a dancer.
Oh
So,
wow, that's
uh,
impressive.
yeah. So, like these days, I haven't been practicing that much, but I do. And I
Yes,
definitely want to keep doing that, and maybe even consider one day a career in the performing arts or dancing.
that's
Um,
beautiful.
yeah, thank you. That's really a big passion of mine, maybe the biggest passion.
Hmm.
I'm also part of this collectif. It's like a group of female comedians, and
Hmm.
actors called Uptown Crew. And lately we've been doing like virtual sketches. So
That's nice.
yeah, I'll send you the links.
Oh,
It's
please, yes.
Yeah, it's French though, but you could check it out. And I want to continue in that path also of staying active in that group, and
Hmm.
performing and everything.
That's great. And what type of dancing you do?
That's really hard for me to answer because I dance many styles. That's the story of my
Wow.
life.
Okay, that's amazing.
Yes, I never am able to choose. That's my biggest issue. So I'm always everything. So I do whacking, hip hop, salsa, bachata, Brazilian zouk, bit of jazz. I've done flamenco, tango, a bit of
Wow.
everything. I'm not an expert at any of them, honestly, but I can definitely dance.
Okay, wow, that's
Yeah.
impressive. I love dancing. I don't know how to. I
Honestly,
mean,
it's not important to know how. We are human beings. We're meant to dance, and we're meant to be silly in dancing. We're not meant to. It's not always about um, looking good or technique. Like the main thing about dancing is to let go and be free, and enjoy and have fun.
that is what I do. I dance with the rhythm. However, I feel the rhythm, I go
Yeah.
with it. So I'm not gonna win a contest for sure, but
Great.
I do enjoy dancing. And whenever there is music, I immediately start, moving around, even when I'm in public. So I do
Nice.
have that passion, maybe not as much as yours, but I do understand it, and I find it beautiful. Really, it's a beautiful thing. And for your skits, if you have any skits on, let's say, joking on the corona, or anything like that, please, you can submit it too, and I will put them on the website, because it's part of the expression,
Thank you
right?
so much.
In
Yeah,
the
yeah,
perspective of the corona. So
definitely.
and people, which I'm hoping that we will have people watching eventually, and a lot of them, they are going to enjoy that for sure,
Thank
and
you.
maybe follow you eventually too.
I would love that. Thank you so much. Thank
Oh,
you.
I appreciate it. Thank you very much for giving your time, and being so open today with me. Anything you would like to add? A, a message to the world, to the universe, or to yourself, that maybe in the future you hear it and you say, yeah, I thought of this and I did it.
I think one thing that I'm learning a bit, and I would like to share it with anybody who's willing to listen, is sometimes we have to be easy on ourselves, not to be too hard on ourselves. There's a fine line between being lazy and not wanting to move at
Mm-hmm.
all and not making an effort, and so I don't think we should be too hard on ourselves, too pushy, and get frustrated and angry. I think like the key is always to tune in inside and really listen how you feel, and be honest with yourself. And it's not always easy, but self-love is a good thing. It's a good thing.
I absolutely agree.
Yeah.
This is my message, and I wouldn't have put it any better than what you did.
Thank you. It's real. It's true. Thank you.
That's very lovely. I wish you a great day and rest of the week, and a great life for sure.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Bye bye.
Bye. Bye.